spelen. En wat lopen. Vlieland op zijn best.
Aonde é que está você? Mulher brasileira.
I think that this trip is the highlight of everything I've done. Thank you. That was fun. I love coming back to my island. It's lovely.
Ja, we komen hier wel vaak. Een paar keer per jaar in ieder geval om te spelen. Dus, dit jaar hebben we gespeeld op Here Comes the Summer. We staan vanavond in de Bolder. Over een maandje staan we op Into the Great Wide Open. Dus dat is alweer 3 keer in het zomerseizoen.
Ja, het is eigenlijk altijd wel heel gaaf om hier te zijn, ja.
Nou, eigenlijk is het hele idee dat we gewoon... het leek ons tof om een gospelplaat te maken. Maar dan een gospelplaat zonder alle toeters en bellen. Dus gewoon een gospelplaat waar we allemaal dingen weggehaald hebben... wat je normaal op een gospelplaat... dus niet normaal, maar wat je meestal de laatste tijd hoort.
Wat je verwacht is... Ja. De meeste mensen verwachten natuurlijk een groot koor... met zwarte mensen die aan het klappen zijn en met tamboerijnen... en dan een hemmend orgel en heel veel, weet je wel, herrie en bombast. En dus wij probeerden eigenlijk juist weer terug te gaan naar het begin van de gospel wat wij gaaf vinden. Dus dat heel vaak waren gewoon kleine ensembles. En, of alleen maar een gast met een gitaar of zo. Of dat soort dingen. Dus gewoon om het weer klein te maken en om een soort van puurheid erin. Zeg maar.
But so you won't win. I'm a sinner spared by grace, but it don't mean I won't fight and catch a case. Don't confuse it, I can't get the job done. I will do what I must to make the devil run. Keep a knocking, keep rocking, keep a knocking, keep a knocking, but so you won't win. And you try, oh you try. So you won't win. Keep on knocking, keep on rocking, keep on knocking, keep on knocking, but my soul you won't win.
Klopt, we spelen ook op Lowlands dit jaar. Te gek. Het maakt niet uit of we op Lowlands spelen of dat we hier in het bos spelen of waar dan ook. Het is altijd het, zeg maar, we doen het gewoon onze show en die doen we zo goed mogelijk.
En het is altijd, het is altijd intens. En eigenlijk bijna overal waar we spelen voelen mensen het. En heel veel mensen die gaan echt in het gevoel mee. En mensen beginnen te huilen. Iedereen wordt er ook... Nee, dat klinkt misschien negatief. Nee, maar het brengt heel veel gevoel gewoon teweeg, weet je wel.
Eigenlijk mensen die naar die show komen... Ik denk dat het grootste gedeelte van de mensen die naar de gospel sessions komen... die gaan normaal niet naar de kerk. Of weet je, die hebben dit meegemaakt.
In het begin hadden we wel gedacht dat we misschien ook wel meer in kerken zouden terechtkomen of zo. Maar we spelen inderdaad eigenlijk gewoon voor muziekliefhebbers over het algemeen.
En die wel heel vaak als we onze show hebben gezien... is van wauw, weet je, als dit zeg maar elke zondag zou zijn geweest... dan kwamen we elke zondag kijken. Dus dat is wel kicken.
En af en toe komen er ook wel mensen, die zie je meteen dat ze wel echt naar de kerk gaan. En zo. En die vinden het ook te gek.
Ja, afgelopen donderdag stonden we in de Stevenskerk. En toen kwamen er een paar mensen die waren echt van een Baptist church. En die kwamen op een gegeven podium op dansen. En die begonnen ook terug te schreeuwen vanuit de zaal. Maar dat is eigenlijk het tofst. Weet je, als Michelle wat zegt en mensen gaan iets terugschreeuwen. Of ja, praise the Lord. Of wat, weet je, dan wordt het echt tof. En dan wordt het voor ons ook een stuk toffer om te spelen.
Onno and Paul, I believe the story is they were thinking about doing something with gospel for about, I guess it would be 5 years prior to 2 years ago. And they didn't know how they wanted to do it or who they would get to sing. They didn't know. They just had this idea. I think the idea became stronger after I joined the Lefty Soul Connection. And I think it was like a light bulb moment for them, like, aha, I think we found the person that could do what we want. And so one day they called me and they were like, okay, can we meet? So I thought that we were gonna have a writing session for the Lefties. But they asked me about this project. And at first I was like, no, I don't wanna do it. I had just told myself that, hey, I think that you're not a gospel person, and I quit because I was doing it for years. I had choirs here and I was producing shows, but I decided no, I think it's me who's pushing me and it's not my calling. But the way they spoke about it was so passionate, and I almost felt embarrassed that my background was gospel and that I was saying no to them. And so I turned around and said yes. And it was the best decision I have ever made in my life. It's turned around so many things. I have a brand new appreciation for the music. Even though I grew up with it, I see it with different eyes now. And I love it. So I'm so grateful that they were the vessel for this and for me finding myself again. So. Oh, no. Like, get on the phone. Wait, let's go backwards. Okay. Oh, yes. That was sexy. Where should I go? Back there?
That's what we're going right back there. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to go further.
All right, you ready?
Let's do this. I think that this trip is probably the highlight of everything I've done, I think. Really, most of the time I'm singing, and very seldom do I get to see the city that I'm singing in or get to really appreciate what's around me, you know? So being out here and letting my hair down and enjoying nature is just, it really feels so... I'm overwhelmed. I'm a little overwhelmed. So I'm so happy to have been invited and I get to commune with nature. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. I have been to Vlieland, I think, 4 times now, I think. And it really feels like home. I'm thinking about my next trip with the complete family and friends and stay a little longer, maybe a week or 2, you know. I think I could do it. And I love it. Everybody's so friendly and so happy and so relaxed, and I love the atmosphere. It's great. I was actually born in North Carolina, but I was raised in New York from the age of 10 months, so I'm really a New Yorker. How I made my way to the Netherlands was Henk van der Meijden came to New York City and he held an audition. And let's say the audition was on a Monday. And he said, can you come over to Holland? And I did, like on a Friday, and that was it. The moment I stepped off the plane, I had a feeling like this was it. I didn't know how, or I didn't know the journey that it would take me, but I knew that Holland was my place. And that was it. I decided to stay, and my husband followed, and the children, and ...
Oh my God! Oh Jesus!
The boat trip. Okay, note to self, different hairdo. When you're on a speedboat, different hairdo. Wrap it up tight, put stuff over your mouth. No, I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. I was a bechabang for about a second or so. I think I called on Jesus more than I called on him normally. But it was fun. I loved it. It was, yeah, I would do it again, definitely. It's so funny. I love the song My Praise. And every time I get ready to sing it, I'm like, oh God, what did I do to myself? Because, you know, I had a choice to go hard or go home. No, I had a choice. But it turned out to be really my testimonial song. Yeah, Onno started out with like 3 or 4 words when he started playing the melody. And so I just added to it. And then when I finished it, I realized, oh, that's about me, you know? Because every day I'm walking up with, or I'm waking up with the thought of, okay, give me the strength. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to be a preacher or a missionary because I'm not, you know? But in this music, you want to be as honest and as truthful as you can, which is why I think a lot of people can relate to it, you know? It's not that strict. You know, do this and do that. No, it's just a normal lady, you know, going through life, waking up saying, Lord, give me the strength to make it through, you know, and that's it, you know. And so that song, each and every time, believe me, when I'm about to sing it, I'm going, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So. Oh, really? Yeah.
Lord, give me the strength to run my race, to have the courage to do just what it takes. Give my heart and soul to your will. It won't be easy, 'cause I'm a mess still.
The process for the first album was really a sense of, okay, we don't know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna sit down and do it. And that's how we approached it. We sat down in the studio, they started playing, and it was almost as if I was having a out-of-body experience when I look at it now, because the words just started to flow, you know? And I was like, okay, I could do this, I could do that, I could think about this, think about that.
En eigenlijk na die jam-sessie hadden we al meteen een aantal liedjes klaar met haar.
Ja, eigenlijk driekwart van de plaat
Ja.
eigenlijk, eerlijk gezegd.
En toen we die plaat hadden opgenomen, toen zijn we wat shows ermee gaan doen. En eigenlijk na de eerste show hadden we zo al iets van, ja, dit kunnen we niet toppen. Weet je, wie moeten we in godsnaam vragen om hier overheen te gaan? Dus hebben we eigenlijk heel snel besloten om gewoon met Michel door te gaan. En ook deel 2 en welke delen er nog naast gaan komen, met Michel te gaan maken.
So I thought that 2 was going to be the same way, you know? It's easy. We went in, we sat down, they started playing. Now, mind you, this is music that they hadn't thought about. It just happened on the spot. So they played and I wrote, okay, we're going to go in and do the same thing. No. The songs were far more than I imagined. It took something else. I could not sit down and sing these songs. I had to stand up. And then there was one song, I almost started cussing people out in the studio because I couldn't sing it. I couldn't even sing the song that I wrote. It called for something else. And we left it and we came back a second day, which we were going to come back anyway because we had the strikers and everything. And I sang it, and I was so angry at myself because I was like, why can't I sing this song? I'm off the piano. I have notes that are in, you know, up there in the hemel. Why can't I do this? And when I listened back, it called for a more vulnerable me. So there are songs that I hear, I sound like I'm 15, or I sound as if I have never sang before, and I'm approaching the mic as if this is my first time. But that's what it called for. It became personal. So my journey of when I was 5 up until this present moment is volume 2. Yeah.
There's a place where weeping shall be no more, and I wanna go, where Jesus is. There's a place where sorrow will finally have an end, and I wanna go, where Jesus is. One day I'll see my loved one's face. Tears of joy will fill my empty space, and see the angels as they give praise. We'll go on and praise His name. They tell me there's a place where weeping shall be no more, and I wanna go.